glittering metal festival Sonisphere was held at the circuit in 2011. We are here today at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in the Italian city of Imola. A full race on this circuit will see the drivers complete 63 laps of the 3-mile circuit for a total of 192 miles raced. It's not that often that we hear Formula One drivers losing their super license, but that's exactly what happened to Yuji Ide following the 2006 Italian GP. Ide caused an accident in the first lap.
Hello everybody, this is Donut Puncher 272. I'll give you the full race intro on the formation lap, but in the meantime, I figured while we're sitting here, I might as well have a conversation with you. Just chat a little bit of shit. You know, talk about, water cooler topics. Topics of the day. Current events, the goings-ons. Goings-on. Anyway, so let's chat for the next 15 minutes. What do you want to talk about? Well, first of all, I'm not normally here on a Friday night, or on a Wednesday night. I'm more of a Friday night kind of guy. I don't really belong on a Wednesday night. But I'm pretty excited to be here and watch this. The only reason I'm available is because I bought my wife Bad Bunny tickets for her birthday, and I paid for a friend of hers to go so I wouldn't have to go myself. A small price to pay, I think, for not having to go to a Bad Bunny concert. I have nothing against Mr. Bunny. I don't really know anything about him. I just can't be arsed. And I ended up buying her front row tickets, which was a mistake, and one I regret tremendously. I probably shouldn't have even made the offer in the first place. As we watched the TTV one-man. TTV, I believe, means something about Twitch TV, so I think that might mean he streams. And you can catch him at One Man 2021. Pretty incredible that he was born in 2021, and he already has a Twitch stream. Good for him. Looks like he's surviving well under these harsh conditions. Never mind, he's already off the track. You know who else is surviving the harsh conditions? Is the Boston Celtics, who just finished off the Cleveland Cavaliers. However, I don't know if you're an avid viewer of NBA playoffs, or the NBA in general, but I can't fucking stand the Boston Celtics because of they're just such a stupid team. Every time I watch them play, I'm constantly yelling at my television, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" I like all their players. I like their coach. I don't really have any animus towards them. They're just a stupid fucking team. And they do stupid shit. And they only win because they have way better players than everybody else. But as soon as they play one of these Western Conference teams, i.e. the Denver Stink Nuggets, well, they'll probably lose in 3 games. They are good. I don't have anything against them. They're such a stupid team. What a lap there from Charles Leclerc. Only .175 off Migos, TTV one-man. Going again. We're not going to watch him, though. Let's watch the... nope, not him, because he has already gone off the track. And he's on an out... He should be on an out lap. He has not used his ERS at all. And now he's gone off the track. All bumpity-bumpity-like. Let's watch the 40-pound lobster. You know who else is a stupid team? Is Tottenham Hotspur. I'm an Arsenal fan, so I was forced to hope Tottenham won yesterday. against Manchester City to give Arsenal a chance on the final day of the season. But of course they didn't. And that is another team that I watch. And the entire time I watch them, I'm saying the whole time, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Do you have a coach who tells you what to do? Are you listening to him? I grew a new sympathy yesterday for Spurs fans. If that's what it's like to watch Spurs every week, then my God, you people deserve all the trophies. Except you don't, because you are rooting for your team to lose. You're an absolute disgrace, the lot of you. The only people who didn't disgrace themselves yesterday were your coach and your players. The rest of you should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves. What a bunch of fucking losers. On the winner side, though, would be the squirrels who have found my bird feeder. Now, I've done nothing to dissuade the squirrels from coming to my bird feeder, because ultimately I just have the bird feeder out there so the cats can enjoy it out the window. I don't care really what animal shows up, but the bird feeder, or the birds, have figured out, these fucking birds, man. The birds have figured out that if they just smash the bird feeder really hard against the fence, that all the seeds will come out of the bird feeder. So basically the entire bird feeder is intact and it's still there. It has almost no bird seed in it. And there is a fucking pile of bird seed on the ground. And it's just a bunch of squirrels down there just having a fucking seed orgy. Just getting it in. And fair play to them. They figured it out, so I can't be mad about it. I just wish it wasn't happening. It looks like we have now gone to the intermediate tire as Roque is on his outlap. So we're going to be paying attention to this. You would assume everybody's going to be coming into the pits for some fresh intermediates. It does not look very rainy out there. Those puddles are drying fast. I have no evidence to support that. It's just, I feel like that's true. I'll tell you what is true is Costco has the best goddamn cafeteria in the world. A slice of pizza for $1.99. In this economy, sign me up. I go there all the time. But I will say, the grocery shopping part of it's not really cheaper. You just get a bunch of stuff at the same price you would somewhere else if you were to buy that much of it somewhere else. But nobody sells that much of it anywhere else. And there are some good deals. I mean, I don't want to be... I'm not hating, obviously. I fucking... In fact, quite the opposite. I fucking love Costco, but... they have good deals on potato chips. Doritos. You can get a bag... Fucking big-ass bag. Sun chips for... $7.99. I mean, that's a strong deal. That's a strong deal. Anywhere you go, you're not going to beat that. I think it might actually be like a 2-pound bag or something. That shit is heavy as hell. And what else would I? I mean, they do have quality meats. You can't deny that. You just can't deny that. Quality meats there. As we got the KTM also going on to the intermediate tires. So all those wet tire laps are all going to be basically void here. Nobody's going to give a shit about any of those times. They're all going to be smashed to pieces by these intermediate laps that are going to be coming up. So we'll pay attention to those as Roque is going to finish his here very shortly. Let's see what his time is. Let's just, for fun, let's just see what his time is. What you got, Roque? Not ideal. Not ideal. So Amigos already has the top time, and he's going on the intermediates. Just now coming out of the pit, so that's not going to be worth watching. So is the TTV1 man. Let's watch a... No, Pete's just coming out of the pits, too. I got nobody to watch out here. Except for Roque, who's facing the wrong direction. Something else that has been on my mind recently is the... is Netflix-made movies. I really appreciate the way they do this because every movie they make, and that it's like a Netflix original movie or whatever, they're all between an hour and a half and an hour 40 minutes long, which is fantastic. And if you watch that on your laptop, you can watch that at 1.5 speed, and you can trim that down even more. But what I appreciate is that all these movies are dog shit movies. But that's fine. I mean, you know, most movies are dog shit movies, so they're just speeding along the whole process, helping you kill some time, not taking themselves too seriously, giving you some action, giving you some fighting, some shooting, some fucking whatever it is that whatever tickles your fancy there on the old Netflix machine. I just think it's fantastic. I don't think any other streaming service does that. They all take themselves so seriously, and they just don't have the same kind of fun that that the Netflix, especially like the action movies, they're so terrible. But you know, whatever. Now I just said terrible. It brings me on to something else I've been thinking about, which is the election coming up. Now I'm not going to espouse for any particular political candidate. Don't worry, I'm not going to make this political. But I did see that the two main candidates today agreed to a debate. They somehow mumbled their way to an agreement on a debate, and then perhaps Bobby Kennedy might join them. So we have two people who are barely alive right now, and then another guy whose brain was eaten by a worm. He's our third candidate. Oh, it looks like we have Roque's crashed again. We're going to have to get on somebody else. My God. Let's get on Migos here. He seems like he knows what he's doing. And then we're going to have a guy who had his brain eaten by a worm. Those are our three candidates. Two, like, what would be the word? Like septuagenarian or octogenarian? Or fucking octomom or whatever. Two of those dudes. And a guy whose brain was eaten by a worm. What the fuck? Man. What the fuck? How's that even possible? How's that possible? We as America, we just have no right to be telling anybody what to do anymore. It doesn't matter how terrible your country is. We just have lost that right. We just haven't been the same, really, as a country. I know everybody would, like, if you could pinpoint one moment in time where America changed irrevocably, I think everybody would go back to that fateful day in 2001 when we lost Dale Earnhardt. That was the day that everything changed. America has never been the same. We've never been even close to the country we were pre-Dale Earnhardt's death. And all the best times in America happened to coincide exactly during the time when Dale Earnhardt was alive. Has anybody noticed that? Has anybody thought about that? And in particular, really the best times this country's ever had were probably the 90s, early 2000, after we realized that Y2J wasn't going to kill all of us. Or Y2K. And those were the times where Dale Earnhardt was essentially the spirit of America. You know, if not in the literal sense, then certainly in the metaphorical sense. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Let's find somebody out here who's doing a lap. Maybe the TV one man's out there doing a lap for his Twitch viewers. But we just need to get back to the days of Dale Earnhardt, don't we? And then maybe we'll be okay as a country. One thing I know for sure, though, that's getting us through as it is right now, just sort of limping along, is syrup. I had to go to the store the other day for syrup, and I was just thinking, like, I needed to go specifically for syrup because I'd run out of syrup for my waffles, and I was just thinking, like, how many foods would not be getting eaten right now if it weren't for syrup? Would we have more flour in the world to make other stuff if we weren't using all this syrup for our pancakes and our waffles? Are we like fucking ourselves over by using syrup? Are we creating shortages where there doesn't need to be one? It's something we really need to think about as a society. Not that I suggest that we do anything about it, because I obviously love waffles and pancakes. I mean, I would never give those up. All right, so now we got some fast times going here. We got the Gas Girl. We got 40-pound lobster. So we got some stuff happening Gas Girl with a stonking lap. She's on pole position right now. See how long that can last. You know what? Let's see how long somebody else can last. Harrison Butker, you seen this? Have you heard about this? This guy is a jackass, isn't he? And it's not even like, hey man, it's 2024, you can't say those things. Hey man, it's 2024. You're not even supposed to think those things. You fucking artard. You're not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be cool. You play for the Kansas City Chefs. But guess what? Apparently everybody on the Chefs is a piece of shit. And I've been to their stadium, and I've been to their football games. I'm a Bengals fan. I went there for the AFC title game, the one that we lost. And I have to tell you, those people are goddamn monsters. And if any of you people from KC want to come at me, then you come on at me. That was my experience. Just a grotesque group of people. Maybe not all of them. There were some nice people in town, and the barbecue was pretty good. Actually, it's probably a little overrated, if I'm being honest. All right, let's find somebody who's actually driving. I think Harmless Target actually is driving hard, so that's good. Speaking of the Bengals, are people familiar with this Kay Adams chick? So she was the host of Good Morning Football. Now she has her own show on FanDuel TV. She's a Bengals fan. This is really the main reason I care about her. And I think it's because I'm hugely biased by this Bengals fandom. Isn't she like the hottest person in the world? And typically, I'm more of a darker skin kind of guy. White girls just don't normally do it for me, but oh my god. And that's how I know it's the Bengals thing. That's what makes me in love with her so much. But, oh my god, have you guys seen Kay Adams? She's so hot. I just saw her on Twitter a minute ago, so it made me think of her. You know who... who's not hot are people, just generally speaking, people who go to amusement parks. I was at Six Flags this weekend. Of course, that's in Georgia, so maybe it's a little bit different. But I felt like I had been transported to the land where only fat, ugly people exist. And you can't help being ugly. I mean, if you follow the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down, then that's something that's just that's a problem, obviously, that you can't overcome. But you don't have to be obese. I realize it's America, and that's what we like to do, is just be fat as shit. Oh my god, everybody there was obese as hell. I do appreciate the trashy amusement park young woman, someone in the 21 to probably 28 range. Like, you're not even allowed to go there and not look skanky as hell. So that is one part of America that I really do appreciate. Maybe I shouldn't be so critical. I wonder if the Harmless Target's doing another lap here. Like, he must be. Because his ERS is down, so looks like this is going to be the final run for him. So yeah, so anyway, so I'm at the old amusement park. Ooh, Harmless Target, so close. And there are these two giant women, like, doing horseplay activities. The best way I can describe it, they're walking towards me, they're doing horseplay activities. One of them falls, takes a tumble, and bruh, this lady smashed her face on the ground. Just smashed it on the ground, like 6 inches away from my foot. And in a split second, I had to think, like, what am I going to do about this? I immediately thought, I'm not going to do anything about this. And I scurried away as quickly as possible. Her whole family was there. It's not like I was the only person around. I mean, she was getting the help that she needed. I'm not sure that that's even helpable once you smash your face on the ground. But that's the second time this year that I've seen someone smash their face on concrete, which is like twice too many. That sound is fucking terrible, isn't it? You all know that sound. Everybody's heard someone get curb stomped in their life. You know what that sounds like. It is very unpleasant. The tiny lucky dog goes into fifth. 2 seconds behind Migos. Fuck me, Migos must be in the championship lead of this league. Massive Noogies down here. Terrible qualifying for Massive Noogies. Just awful. The 5-place grid penalty for the Ritalin. What did he do? Uh-oh, people are off the track. All right, so that's it. Qualifying's over. Everybody out there, go fuck yourself. That's the only time I'm ever going to be talking during qualifying, and you got to hear it here on a Wednesday night. Don't tell anybody on Friday that I did this. I'm never doing it again. But I enjoyed that. I'll talk to you buttholes in about 2 to 3 minutes for the race. In between now and then, I'm going to go get myself a ice-cold beverage. Probably a water. Talk to you soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Formula Worldwide Leagues presents WTF. I should have done my homework and found out what WTF means, but you all know what it means, so who cares if I know what it means? What's important is that we're all here together. I'm Donut Puncher 272 joining you live on a Wednesday night. Not really that late, here on the East Coast. And I don't know a lot of you, but hopefully after tonight, a lot of us can be friends. Hopefully some of you aren't offended at some of the things I might say tonight. If you are offended, just remember that this is a video game, and we're all just having fun here, and I don't really care, okay? So you shouldn't really care either. We're going to have an awesome time together. As you can see, either by your eyes or your racing, because you're coming back to watch this later, we are at Imola, one of the best tracks on the Formula One calendar, and I know all of you are very moist about tonight's race. Extremely anxious to get this thing going because you all love racing on this track. It's not a very wide track, and yet somehow it lends itself to all kinds of fun overtaking. I don't know what the weather report is, but perhaps there's some rain in the air. It doesn't look particularly sunny. And we saw a wet qualifying where everybody, for the most part, behaved themselves awfully impressively. At some point tonight, I will look at the standings to find out what's what. But what I do know is that Migos dominated qualifying, and if he had dominated the rest of the season in quite the same manner, then he is probably your championship leader. Otherwise, we have other luminaries, such as the brownest of buns. I love that. Love that name. Pretty sure he's from Pakistan. That's what his flag says. Big supporter of the brownest of buns. We got Mav. I've seen him before. Harmless Target down here. The TTTTTTTTTTTV1 man. He's here. Tiny Lucky Dog in 6th place. Jim Cab in 7th. What a qualifying performance from Jim Cab. Let's see if he can not ruin this somehow. Who else we got here? Oh, Gas Girl. Oh, yes. We got a gigantic lobster. In 9th, and King Hamilton rounding out the top 10. We got some other people back here that are fun to watch. Charles Leclerc, Ritalin. Nice. Premix, Crazy Carter, and of course, the one and only Massive Noogies. That sneaky butthole coming down into WTF, trying to be Mark Martin, Kyle Busch, doing some bushwhacking. I'd like to get on board with our second place driver, but the game, now it's letting me. So here we go. Everybody going down into turn 1. What kind of tires are they on? I probably should have figured that out. 5 lights on, 5 lights off, LFG. Here we go. Excellent start for Migos. He will be the leader going down into turn 1, you would imagine, because the brownest of buns has nothing for him. Mav comes down the inside of the brownest of buns. He's going to have to defend like a lion and does so. Hangs it around the outside. It looks like he smashed Mav off the track. We should get back on board with Mav. Yeah, he's definitely behind because the brownest of buns took no quarter there. So we've already got a yellow flag, which means someone has died. Yep, a couple of people have died back here. We got Charles Leclerc, King Hamilton, 5-second penalty for Premex. So some bad shit has happened down here. Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. Blimey, guys. Chill out. Migos up. Well, these gaps are obviously affected by the slow speed, so let's not pay too much attention. But what we see here is everybody's starting on the medium tires, except for a few people. Massive Noogies has already made his way up 4 positions, so that's good. A rather large lobster is still in 9th place. Jim Cab's still alive, and everybody as you were up here. So the brownest of buns had to get his elbows out to hold that second place, and does so. Virtual safety car still in effect here. Okay, virtual safety car over. I mean, seriously, it's a video game. The cars are off the track. Let's race. God, this game is terrible. It's not worse than FIFA. Let me tell you, it's not worse than EA FC or whatever the hell it's called. God, there's just... Oh my God. There's no worse game on planet Earth than that game. And if you're a football fan, you have the rest of your life to go. And the only game you'll ever have is that game. It's sad as hell. I don't know how the brownest of buns has got that much of a jump on Migos. I don't know what Migos was doing, but I guess he's not worried about it and had Hecka Delta going on. Oh my god, I had the spectator menu on the whole time. Crikey, I'm sorry. So here we go. Back in the groove. Everybody pretty much ass to mouth. Doesn't look like we have too many gaps here until you get to the back of the field. A couple of pit stops going on right now or getting done with. As Migos does continue to have excellent pace, although he just hopped over a big chunk of that curb. I wonder... I'm going to see if he got a track limit warning for that. I want to see what... wow, he didn't. Wow. Okay. We'll check that a couple more times tonight. Just to see what the stewards are letting go here tonight. Let's see what kind of race Michael Massey wants to have. I think we all know what Michael Massey's all about. Uh-oh. The kind of Big Lobster is in a little bit of trouble back here. He's lost a position. Massive Noogie's now moving up another position, up into 12th. So Massive Noogie's, of course, streams from the back of the field. And that's where he's driving right now. I would guess that if he gets up closer to the front of the field, he'll turn his stream off. He's always very focused on the back of the field, so like, live up to what you say you are, Massive. You know, if you want to be at the back of the field, be at the back of the field. Bushwhacker. Who's going back here? Premix is dead. King Hamilton dead. Charles Leclerc dead. Not dead. Not dead. Charles Leclerc is not dead yet. He just went off the track again. Okay, I wonder if he got a... People can... Sorry, this will be the second to last time I do this. He didn't get a warning for that. What the fuck? Okay. Okay! Sorry. Let's get back up to the front here. We don't have any hot racing action yet, but I think it's coming. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. Here it is. CSR Gas Girl uses the DRS, steams past the tiny lucky dog. Up into 6th. Nice job. What else is going on up here? The TTTTTTTV one-man, he is, he's chasing down the brownest of buns. The brownest of buns, he wants to be chasing down Migos, but he's got to be worrying about this TV1 man behind him. Which is really ruining our chance for a battle for the lead, but that's okay. We have another yellow flag that's been caused by Premix, I believe. Yep, he's gone off the track again. I don't think it's going to be long before he's going to go to the pit lane and end it all. We might have to keep an eye on him. Perhaps he'll smash into a wall on purpose. Sometimes people do that, you know. People are crazy. I've seen people do it. I get the feeling Migos is not going to be much on your television screen tonight. Massive Noogie's down here in 13th place, fighting tooth and nail with a kind of a Big Lobster. Where's he going to make the move? So this Lobster, he's going to have DRS, so this is going to be hard for Massive. He's going to turn on the ERS. Yeah, he wants to make the move. So he's back up to 12th. He can take Roque and Ritalin. So Ritalin, oh, Massive Noogie's now has done indeed exactly that. So Massive Noogie's now up to 11th place. Fighting around the world right now. What else we got going on? Tiny Lucky Dog falling down another position. CSR Gas Girl having a storming race right now. Still not the hot racing action that I think we would all expect from Imola. It'll materialize soon, I'm sure. Looked close to going off track. No penalties so far, and that's a good thing. I'm not rooting for penalties, certainly. I'm just trying to figure out what the line is here, what Michael Massey's all about tonight. I think we're going to be looking at Massive Noogie's a lot tonight. Looks like he's got the bit between his teeth. He's about to take out. Uh-oh. Careful. So CSR Gas Girl has lost it. Goes from 6th to 13th and straight into the pits. Oh, that hurts. As Massive Noogie's now moves up to 9th. So he's having a pretty good race here. He would prefer to be out of the DRS of Ritalin behind him, but I don't think it'll be too long before he catches up here to Jim Cab. And then in front of him is Tiny Lucky Dog. So if he can catch up to the Tiny Lucky Dog and just get a little bit of that sweet, sweet DRS, he might be able to protect himself from Massive Noogies for a little while longer. What else we got going on up here? Harmless target. There we go. 3-second penalty. The first penalty of the night. So if the trend continues of no penalties, that's going to be very, very costly. But we are only really a fifth of the way into this race. So I would assume we're going to see some Mo. Everybody's on medium tires, as you can see, so I don't think there's going to be any pit stops anytime soon. And we had a safety car, or a virtual safety car. I mean, it was a whole lap, though, so that's going to help everyone as well. 3-second penalty for the gas crawl. It goes from bad to worse. Well, that was a quick little moment in time there for Gas Girl. So she reacts and gets a penalty all in one lap, or over the course of a lap. And her night is finito. We got arrows down here. Who's passing who? Massive Noogies closing in, hunting down Jim Cab. Ritalin following along, and he has a penalty now. And the Gas Girl and Harmless Targets. We got 3 penalties now. You knew it was coming. And here it is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ritalin, very lucky to not be disqualified for that. He drove backwards for quite a ways. And now he is going to be blocking the shit out of Charles Leclerc, not for long. Charles Leclerc in the Red Bull. Steams past. And Ritalin just lets Crazy Carter by. I think Ritalin might have enough. Have had enough. And he's going to go to the pits. Let's see what he does here. That was dispiriting. He has indeed gone to the pits. Oh, wow. I don't know what just happened there, but that was, that looked bad. He's on those 6-lap-old Horde tires, so this is obviously not the ideal time to pit. He has left the session. Has he left the car? That's what's important here. Has he left the car? He has not, so he's going to let the AI do the rest of the talking here and see if he can pick himself up a couple of cheap points as an AI driver. You know, I personally support that. I mean, doesn't cost you anything. Why not? You know, nothing. It's not hurting anything. Fuck it. Now this is the kind of hot racing action we came here for. 3-car battle for the final spot on the podium. 2 of those drivers have penalties already. But I have a feeling the brownest of buns is going to be under a lot of heat here from the Harmless Target and KDM times DKZ. That's a weird math equation. Uh-oh! 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 We have deaths. The brownest of buns. It was all going so well, and now it is going very poorly indeed. Local Yellow, not even a safety car for that. He's lost big parts of his front wing. He is right down the pooper. KDM as well. He was involved in that, as was the Harmless Target. So they have, their race has gone just absolutely tits up. Let's see who had damage. That was very reminiscent of the Valtteri Bottas George Russell incident. Massive Noogies going down 2 places. What a loser. Down into 11th position. So he's obviously made some kind of mistake. He was behind Jim Cab, and now he's not behind Jim Cab. Quite a distance behind Jim Cab. Boy, I bet he feels like a stupid idiot right now. Let's see if he can get his shit together. The brownest of buns continues to lose positions. He's now down into 8th place. Of course, he's missing a giant chunk of his front wing. I wonder whose fault that was. We'll have to review it. I'm sure the Stews will take a dim view of all of that. And somebody will be coming out of that with a lot of penalties. Uh-oh, we have more yellow flags down here. Somebody's gone off again. I think it was that Aston Martin, wasn't it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's up here. No, it wasn't the Aston Martin. I'm such a stupid. I'm such a stupid. So we got the people going into the pits here. The Browns, the Buns, of course. He's getting that fresh new wang. Who else we got going into the pits right now? We got Roque going into the pits. So he must have lost some of his wang. Massive Noogies moves up 2 positions. He was just in 11th. How did he just... What's happening to him? Why is he doing such a bad job? What a butt pumper. So, let's see how everything's shaking out here. Migos, as you would expect, still in the lead of the race. The TTTTTV1 man takes advantage and moves up into 2nd place, and the harmless target in 3rd, with the opportunity to drive away from Mav and secure himself a podium, even with the penalty. Wouldn't that be something? Uh-oh, Migos is wrecked! He is human after all! Migos now does his best to try to make Mav and KDM have the same fate. Well, that was not a very re-safe entry. I'm sure that's, at the very least, an unsafe re-entry. And I bet you could ask KDM times DXZ and the Mav all about that. And I'm sure they'd agree with me. Wow, so Migos has got some work to do now to win this race. He's about, I don't know, I don't want to do the math. Let's just say he's 10 seconds behind the leader right now. Oh, how the tables have turned. Massive Noogies now passes Crazy Carter, as Crazy Carter has left the session. Interesting. So, certainly benefits Massive Noogies if people are leaving the session who are directly in front of him. Probably the only way he's going to be able to pass people here tonight. Just a shocking performance so far from Massive Noogies. Just absolutely shocking. And a 3-second penalty now for KDM. Oh my God. Things are just going terribly tonight for the Aston Martin team from a penalty perspective. And a crashing into each other perspective apparently as well. Yes. The KDM is gaining slowly on the Mav, looking to get that sweet, sweet DRS. A hot, steamy blast all over his face, and is not going to get it this time. He's going to have to survive without it. Migos, let's keep track of him as he tries to fight his way back to the front. I wonder how long that'll take. Silly, silly boy, Migos. Silly, silly boy. So I've been told that Crazy Carter got kicked. If he is on EA, I don't know how to send friend invites on that. We're not friends on here. I don't know how to do that. I genuinely have no idea how to do that. If someone wants to tell me how to do that, I'll be happy to do it. I wonder if... Let's try... If I go to the race director? And I choose... I could block him. Should I block him? I don't think so. We'll leave Coach Carter as available to be friends. We could be friends, I'm sure, one day, but just not right now. I honestly, I don't know how to invite him back to the race. I'm sorry that I'm such a technological dum-dum, and I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the race. God, every time we look at the top of the screen, more penalties. There's penalties for everyone, including Migos. We don't have anyone within DRS range right now, so on lap 13 of 32, everyone has become disconnected. Like a lot of people in society right now, they're feeling alone. They're feeling like they don't have someone to talk to. I feel for you, if you're one of those people. I mean, don't talk to me, obviously, but I hope you find someone to talk to. Just not me. But that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Other people, helping people. Uh-oh, I see a yellow flag. Something bad has happened. There's a lot of broken styrofoam back there. Why did it take me away from my clearly... I wonder if that was a lap... Was that a lapped car? That was a lapped car! King Hamilton has been lapped. King Hamilton, my ass. King of nothing. Been lapped in 13 laps in this race. Terrible job from King Hamilton. Doing his namesake a terrible disservice tonight. I think it's time to go in the pits, young man, and self-immolate. That was not a pun. And he decides not to. He's staying out. Coach Carter sent me a friend request. Son of a bitch. Now, I don't know how to actually do anything. Yes, he wants to be my friend. So I'll accept that. Q. And then, because we're friends, I should be able to go over here and choose him. And choose him to invite to the race. But he doesn't appear in my friend list. It's only these buttholes. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. Let's see if that refreshed. This is, oh, there he is! Coach Carter! So let's click on his name. Game invite sent. Oh my god, I did it! I did it! I did it! Oh my god, and King Hamilton, what are you doing? 5-second penalty for Migos speeding in the pit lane. Migos. You just cost yourself a win. Premex is retired from the session. I wonder why that is. Safety car! Safety car! Safety car! What has happened to Premex? His dead body was strewn on the track up there right after Tamburello. Huh. Well, either way, and now a 5-second penalty for Massive Noogies. Oh my god. He has got to feel like the stupidest dummy right now. What an idiot. What an idiot. And he put the hard tires on. He's going to want to make a pit stop to get rid of that 5-second penalty. He's going to go to the back of the field, but it's the best thing to do. But he already has the hard tires on. And now Migos is retired from the session. Why? Why? What has happened? Has he just given up on life? Is he just tired of everything after all of those horrendous mistakes? Does that have anything to do with it? I mean, I don't even know. Oh my god. Migos is down, and it is bad. This is good for us. We have the safety car we needed. Let's go to the penalty menu for a minute. Let's see who's got what. Massive Noogies with 5 seconds. What an idiot. Who else has got a lot of penalties? The gas girl. She's got some penalties, but she ain't care. She's back in this race. Who else has got some penalties? Well, Migos did before he self-immolated. What else we got going on up here? We got the TV1 man. He gives up the lead right now. Or he's still in the lead. Excuse me. Never mind. That was the lapped car of King Hamilton. Oh, he's been allowed to pass the safety car. Oh, look at that. I didn't know they fixed that. So King Hamilton gets himself back in the lead lap. Good for him. Good for him. I'm interested to see here if Massive Noogies goes ahead and pits. Let's see what he does here. And he doesn't pit. I wonder if he's out there listening to me, just trying to smite me. Says I'm going to do the exact opposite of what Donut Puncher says to do. All right, Costanza, if that's the way you want to play it, that's fine. That's fine. So everybody's gone to the pits by now. Let's check the tar situation. Actually, you know what? While we check this tar situation. Migo says this game is so I feel you, bruv. I feel you. So the standings in this series is... Oh, KDM is in the lead. Wow. And second place is Massive Noogies, it says. Wow. Third place is Charles Leclerc. Fourth place is J.G. Wentworth. And, oh God, it's so small on my screen. Yeah, I think it says J.G. Wentworth. And fifth is the brownest of buns. So that wreck there, or whatever the hell happened to Migos, that is going to have some major implication in the standings here, because KDM now is going to have a great chance to win this race. And down here in Losertown, yep. Wait a second. I thought that was Massive Noogies wisely going to the pits, and yet he is still not doing it. I don't know why. Why, oh why, oh why. Riddlin just went to the pits, got some fresh new medium tires. So now he's on the right tire to the end of the race. That was perhaps a wise move there by Riddlin. He's going to be extra speedy on those new tires. So that should be fun. I'll lock that. All right, so let's reset here. Let's do a quick inventory, quick sit rep. The TTTTTTT1 man. He's in the lead of the race. Deservedly so. He's hung around, profited from the mistakes of others, kept it clean. He doesn't have any penalties. Let's see real quick what kind of penalty danger he's in, though. Let's see how many warnings this guy has. He has 2 warnings, so he's going to have to mind so many P's and Q's over the rest of this race. So we got the harmless target in second. He's got penalties, as does Mav in third. So KDM, your points leader, in fourth. He'll have no problem with what's going on right now, because his championship rival, Massive Noogies, is down in eighth, and he has a 5-second penalty for being stupid. So he is no threat to KDM tonight. But let's get on board with our second-place driver as we go green here. The safety car is almost in now. What a great job the safety car did leading our drivers around the field there. But his time is done. It's time to go racing. Dare I say boogity. When is the TV1 man going to go? Oh, he gone. Got a nice little jump there on the harmless target. He's going to be able to maintain this lead going down into turn 1, surely. Not using the ERS. Mav, he should be using some ERS. He did not get a great jump, but he stays in third place. So let's see, everybody as you were here, nobody trying to make any hot racing action moves here, and probably for the best. Probably for the best. No reason to be throwing it all away. Massive Noogies looks like he wants to throw it all away right now. Chasing down a relatively large-sized lobster here in 7th place. Oh, he wants 7th so bad he can taste it. What's going on with Jim Cab? 5th place for Jim Cab. No penalties. This is a race for the ages for Jim Cab. Let's see the standings. Where's Jim Cab in the standings? 9th place. Okay. Okay. It's pretty good. Jim Cab getting it in this season here in WTF. Wait, you know what? I've learned a lesson tonight. My throat is killing me. There is absolutely no way I'm ever talking during qualifying again. Look, it's not like I'm a professional broadcaster here. I mean, I don't have voice expectations that it's going to last for a whole hour and a half. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. This is pathetic. As you see, a lot of passing there. That's the hot racing action we need! And now what else has happened here? As it looks like the Tiny Lucky Dog has suffered some sort of problem, or the CSR Gas Girl, one of those blue cars. Somebody's suffered some ill fate, and they've lost some positions. Massive up into 6th, as the Tiny Lucky Dog and CSR Gas Girl switch positions. Excuse me. Gas Girl on that preferred medium tire right now. She's going to be extra speedy between now and the end of the race. But Massive in 6th, but of course he has that penalty. So, you know, I mean, how much of this really matters? Does it really matter? One would argue that it doesn't. Man, I cannot believe how much 18 minutes of extra talking has completely ruined my throat and voice. I am just a shambles. Just pathetic. Oh my god. I got a bottle of smart water here, but I got a feeling this has been refilled because I don't feel any smarter right now. I don't feel like this is giving me the minerals and nutrients that I need. Vapor distilled water, my ass. Purely balanced pH. What does that even mean? And electrolytes for taste? What are electrolytes? Do people really need electrolytes? Do I need electrolytes? Kind of feel like I do. Okay. Focus. Donut. Focus. Harmless Target is taking the lead while I was waffling on about my throat. The TV1 man says, that's not a problem, Harmless Target. I'm not worried about that because you have penalties and I don't. So all I got to do is hang onto your butt, follow you around, and win this race. So the TV1 man in a good position here, but he's going to need to stop losing time hand over fist, which is exactly what he's doing right now. But he can't because of risk of penalty. Oh, what to do for the TV1 man? Such a conundrum. Oh, it's an existential crisis in that Alpine cockpit. Cockpit. Oh, I love that word. I wonder why I like that word so much. Cockpit. So everybody's kind of losing touch up here at the front, except Massive Noogies in his 5 seconds worth of penalties. He is very close to Jim Cab right now, and probably, with the help of a hot, steamy blast at DRS, is going to be taking this 5th place away. Yes, Massive has opened that rear wing, getting that hot, steamy blast all over his face. God, he loves it. He absolutely loves it. And what is he doing? Oh, he's playing the team game. He doesn't pass Jim Cab. I think Jim Cab would rather he pass him. That way Jim Cab can follow around the faster driver for the rest of the race. That would be advantageous to the team. But they're not doing it. They're not swapping positions. Oh, trouble brewing down here at Mercedes. Toto Wolff slamming desks. So angry. Someone bring me some new headphones. Electrolytes are salt and stuff for your body. Well, okay. Like what stuff? Well, this is a tasty little battle here. And the gas girl, she senses something is on because she's now caught up to this little battle. We've got a 3-car battle here about to be going down the main DRS straight. Once again, Massive is going to have it all over him. Just warm and sticky DRS dripping off of him. Is he going to overtake? Is he going to make the move? He does make the move. He thief pathed Jim Cab into 5th place. So Jim Cab in the same position as the TV1 man. Just needs to hold on. Keep using that DRS. And overtake Massive when he has to serve that penalty at the end of the race. What do we have here? What do we have here? The TV1 man under attack from KTM, namely, but also the Mav. Nobody beats him because he's the Mav. So this is going to get spicy here. So we have 2 3-car battles, one for 2nd place and one for 5th place. All the while, Harmless Target drives around up here up front saying, yes, continue battling, my young friends. This is exactly what I want you to do. So let's keep an eye on battle number 1. The TV1 man. Can he fight off the sexual advances of KTM? Can he ever? He did it for 1 lap. Can he do it again? Is he going to go defensive or is he going to give it up? He gives it up. KTM, 2nd place. Still though, TV1 man, great chance of winning this race because of the penalties of the front 2 drivers. Just got to keep it clean for the rest of the race. Back here in the other battle, Massive, Jim Cab, still as you were with Le Gas Girl. So penalties are going to play a big factor at the end of this race. Who's going to take advantage of that the most? It doesn't look like Massive is going to make up any ground on Mav. So he's going to be stuck in 5th place. He has really got to start driving away from Jim Cab and Le Gas Girl. Wonder what CSR Gas Girl means. To me, CSR means customer service rep. Uh-oh. Jim Cab has suffered something bad has happened. Because Jim Cab has been passed by the CSR Gas Girl. And that is exactly what Massive Noogies needs. He doesn't have to be defensive about anything anymore. He can just look forward instead of looking in his mirrors and try to drive off this penalty. And prove me wrong. Good luck. Idiot. So these guys are not too close right now. Doesn't look like any move's going to be made here, nope. But what's important is KDM has caught up to Harmless Target. So now we're going to have a 4-car battle for the lead in the final 8 laps of this race. Just need these boys to get a little bit closer to each other to really make it interesting, and then it will be on like a certain Kong. And you know exactly the one I'm talking about. The dog toy one, the one that you put peanut butter in. The one that looks like it's specifically made to go up a human's butt. That one. That thing that you buy at the store that looks exactly like something that's supposed to go up your butt. You say, yes, Mr. Customer Service Rep. I'd like to buy a giant thing to go up my rectum, but instead of doing that, I'm going to put peanut butter in it for my dog. And then the guy will say, your rectum? And you say, no, I meant I'm going to put peanut butter in this thing for my dog. And then everybody will laugh. It'll be funny, but still, just think about what you're doing when you're buying one of those things. The sort of message you're projecting to the rest of the world about like what kind of things you might want to put up your butt. Like peanut butter, obviously. That's what I'm talking about here. Uh-oh. Mav went off the track there, which causes KDM to go off the track. That was a bit naughty, wasn't it? That was not very nice from Mav. And I think KDM's going to have something to say about that after the race. And what was a 4-car battle for the lead has now turned into a 0-car battle for the lead. Just like that. God damn it. The only person who really has something going on here, because of penalties, the gas girl really doesn't have anything going on. The only person is Charles Leclerc. And he's driving that Red Bull. Driving it poorly, one might say. I wonder what Charles Leclerc will get up to this weekend in Italy at Imola. Supposedly a lot of Ferrari upgrades coming this weekend. I hope Ferrari as good as possible so that when Lewis Hamilton goes there, he has a car that doesn't suck balls. As I'm sure we would all like to see Max Verstappen have the chance to run Lewis Hamilton off the road again. And I'm sure Max Verstappen would love nothing more than that himself. So we've got ourselves a 3-car battle here. Okay. As someone has gone to the pits, Roque has gone to the pits, so everybody's going to move up a position. A kind of big lobster here, now in 10th, being chased down by Ritalin in 11th. Ritalin goes around the outside, unable to make the move, but he hangs in there and smashes his way into 10th place. A kind of big lobster is not going to be appreciative of that. Not one bit. Not one goddamn bit. Charles Leclerc looks on and says, I'd like a piece of that myself. I love lobster. It's delicious. Personally, I don't like lobster. I think it's not that it's disgusting. It's just I have a real affinity for land-based animals. And things that come out of the ocean, they sort of smell bad. And the other thing is that the ocean, whenever you go to it, and I'm sure you've all been to the ocean, and if you haven't, don't. Because when you go into the ocean, everything in there is trying to kill you. Everything. Like, there's things like trying to burrow into your skin. There's sons of beaches. How did this happen? How did this happen all of a sudden? How did the TV1 man get into the lead of the race? I don't know how it happened, but it has. And he doesn't have any penalties. He's going to win. The TV1 man is going to win this race. That's just a fact. Unless he himself gets a penalty. You can tell he's driving within himself. The harmless target is back there, and he is ready to pounce. It looks like we have some hot racing action between the Gas Girl and Yimcab. And also between Ritalin and a lobster that is a little bit overgrown. Well, bless their hearts. We have a 4-car battle for the final points position. Cool. Hey, it's not all the points, but it's some points, and it's fun. Uh-oh, someone is wrecked. Oh, no. Oh, they've got going again. They've got going again. It might have been the gas girl, because she has lost out. She was fighting tooth and nail with Jim Cab, but she is no longer doing that. So she must have been the aggrieved victim there. Perhaps Jim Cab did something untoward, and she tried to say no, but Jim Cab just wouldn't stop. He just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and she probably didn't feel comfortable with what was happening, but she had no choice but to just let it happen. Sometimes dudes can just be like that. It's disgusting. Jim Cab should be, quite frankly, ashamed of himself. Let's get back up to the front. We do need to pay attention to this, because even though the TV1 man doesn't have a penalty yet, he could at any moment. And that would put the cat, just one cat, mind you, just one cat, firmly amongst the pigeons. God, I wish I could get pigeons in my bird feeder. They're so fat. They're so round and fat. They got the just like beefcake chest. And it is, yeah, it's pigeons. It's talking pigeons in Animaniacs. That was always my favorite scene, or my favorite part of Animaniacs. Anybody out there who wants to tell me what your favorite part of Animaniacs were, I'd be happy to hear it. I can't believe it. We still have 4 laps left. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it 4 more laps. I'm going to run out of agua before then. I am such a wankster. So Massive Noogies has done it. He's actually done it. He's driven away by 5 seconds. I'm sure he's been waiting for me to say that. Waiting for me to admit that I was wrong. Okay, fine, dude. I was wrong. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb. You're good looking. I'm less attractive. You win. But what's important is that I'm willing to admit that now. The brownest of buns here. He's got himself up to 7th place. Now, of course, he has a penalty himself, so Jim Cab should be safe there. The 40-pound lobster is in the 9th place now, with Ritalin hot in tow. So this 4-car battle is going to go down to the end. Some with penalties, some without, keeping it interesting. Now Jim Cab has that penalty that I was just talking about, so tough for Jim Cab there, tough. Jim is getting a penalty. Jim is getting upset. Sorry, I'm talking noticeably less. I can't help it. I don't know how people who do this professionally do this. Maybe I need to modulate my voice more often. Maybe I should do less yelling. Maybe I'm yelling too much. But there's just so many hot things happening, and I want to yell about it. Like this right now, a 3-car battle into the chicane. What the hell are you guys doing? Why are you doing this? Especially you, TV1, man. Why are you fighting so hard? You're the only one without a penalty. You have something to lose. Oh, a joker to the left of you and one to the right. You were in the middle there. I'm sorry to invoke that horrific song by one of the worst bands of all time. I'm sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Wait a second. Who sings this? Is that song? Is that by... I was thinking that was by... I'm sorry. That's by Steelers Wheel. That's not the worst. I thought that was by the Steve Miller Band. That's the worst band in history. Followed very, very closely, extremely closely, by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Hey, tell me some more cool shit about California, guys. You fucking twats. So we're going to have a race to the finish here, and if TV1 Man can keep it clean no matter what happens, he's going to be your wiener. And all he needs to do is just stop these two from crashing him, and he should be fine until the rest of the race. 2 more laps to go. Harmless Target struggling out of Tamburello. And Mav is looking to pounce, but wisely tucks in. So this battle back here, let's see what's going on here. So a kind of big lobster in 9th, Ritalin 10th, LeClaire in 11th, and Coach Carter in 12th. That's after Coach Carter was kicked out of the session, and I had to invite him back. He's lucky I'm so magnanimous with my time. Congratulations, Coach Carter, on getting back and having a pretty damn good race as Ritalin looks to go around the outside of a kind of big lobster, decides better of it, and the lobster goes off, impedes Ritalin from being able to pass him. That's a naughty lobster. Wow, look at these guys back here. They're battling through that banked corner. That's impressive. Nice job, guys. Besides all the penalties, it looks like it's been a pretty clean race. Nobody has done anything that you would consider to be untoward. Uh-oh, look at this. Massive Noogies has caught up with the back of the pack for a final lap shootout. We are on the final lap of the race. Lap 32 at 32. I don't know why I'm talking like Chris Collinsworth all of a sudden. The TV1 man. What in the fuck is my cat doing? The TV. How could there be that much noise? The TV1 man in the lead of the race. The harmless target in second place. Fighting hard. If anything, just trying to push the TV1 man a little bit harder than he wants to right now and trying to force a penalty out of him. The TV1 man, I just give this up, mate. Just give it up. Let it go. Let him go. Let him go. Oh, he's going to fight it. He's going to fight it. So we got the double left coming right now. TV1 man decides, no, I'm not going to fight this anymore. Wise choice, TV1 man. Wise choice. Clever boy you are there, TV1 man. So TV1 man going to win this race. Massive Noogies now moves up to 4th. And maybe it will not matter because of the penalty situation. This is going to be interesting. Going side by side into the chicane with KDM. Nope. Massive pulls out of that wisely. Very wisely indeed. And it looks like we're going to cross the line as it is right now. Harmless target on track. Uh-oh. Lucky dog is dead. Harmless target on track is going to cross the line first. But your winner of the Imola Grand Prix, Massive Noogies with a penalty, what an idiot. The winner of the Imola Grand Prix, the TV1 man. What a race from the TTV1 man. Nice job from the TTV1 man. Harmless target in second, KDM in third. Rounds out your podium. Mav in 4th, and Massive Noogies somehow, after all that, finishes in 5th place. Ooh. That was a lot of talking. Oh, no! The gas girl has lost it at the end of the race. Oh, no. What a shame. She was on for a points finish. I don't know if she did that out of frustration, if she did that out of sheer incompetence, but it's all gone pear-shaped for the gas girl at the end. Oh, no! Oh, my God, the humanity. The gas girl has run straight into the wall. She's dead. Oh, my God. Oh, I can't believe we had to see that. Oh, I'm sorry to everybody out there. I hope no children were watching. Massive Noogies, your driver of the day. Okay, sure. I guess they were. Driver of the day was the guy with the most penalties. Indeed. So let's get to our podium here. And let's stop that from happening. And then what? What? Blimey. Let's go to let's get some people into our chat. Let's invite to a party. Let's invite the TV1 man and KDM and well, I can't talk to him because he's on a PC and I don't want to talk to him anyway. So let's talk to Jim Cab. Coolio. Let's make sure my stream is set up to do this. Party audio. Q. If anybody wants to join the party, I'll be happy to interview you. Speaking to those top 3 drivers who have not joined the party yet. There we go. Now we got someone. So we only have one driver joining us here this evening. You know what? Let's go. I'm gonna do something against everything I stand for. You know what? Actually, probably don't even know how to do that. You know what?
Jonas, can you hear
I
me?
want. I can hear you, Jim Cab.
Yes.
1 second here. I'm gonna try to. We're going to. Yeah. Let's. Oh, see, I can't invite him to a thing.
Who are you trying to invite?
I was trying to invite Massive to the party because no one else wanted to join our party, and so you're the only person that I have to interview here.
Well, interview away, my friend.
Well, Cab, quite an eventful race for you, and one I would say that is pretty decent for you. You ultimately finished in 6th place, I believe.
Yes.
And you had that penalty at the end. You were one of the last people to get a penalty. How disappointed were you in that penalty?
Oh, I mean, in the end, it didn't cost me a position because I managed to steal that back from, I guess it was Brownest Buns, because he had more penalties than I did, and I was able to hang on to him there. It was a bit of a challenge just because I don't know if it was a lapse of concentration or the hards had pretty much started to give up, but kind of lost a position there late in the race. And honestly, I can't remember if I had picked up that 3 seconds before or after that that little wiggle, but some decent battles and then some nice, easy, just Sunday cruising with nobody around me at points. But once I got up into, what was it, P6 or the safety car, which came out about 10 seconds too late for me. I had just crossed the threshold of the pit entrance when a safety car came out. And I was due to pit the next lap. So I may have been able to stick into the top 5, but it was a pretty eventful race, that's for sure.
It was indeed, especially from where you were in the field. You had a couple of battles there, like I mentioned. It looks like a couple of people crashed around you. I'm sure you had nothing to do with that at all,
no, of course
because
not.
you're such a clean driver. But in the end, you finished a rather creditable 6th place. So congratulations on that, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for allowing me to be on your stream tonight.
Absolutely, of course. We'll have you anytime, Donut. Tell your wife to go see Bad Bunny every Wednesday night.
That would financially ruin me, but
yes.
I'll see. Believe me, I'll see what I can do. While I have you here, Ted, why don't you tell the good people what is coming for the rest of the season in WTF?
Yeah, so this is the second to last round. We've got obviously Friday Night Lights this Friday. I will actually be absent. I know Ted hasn't shown up for broadcasts, but I'm usually in the background capturing data. But I will be in Las Vegas with Mrs. Jim Cab to go check out Pearl Jam on my birthday next Saturday. So, but back to the actual racing. We've got FNLs. Yeah, Laurence has clinched the drivers' championship, but we still have at least 4 teams with a decent chance at capturing the constructors' championship. So hopefully we have some of those drivers come out and try to make the last couple of races of the season interesting. Our EU divisions on Saturday and Sunday are in need of drivers, but we're carrying on with those 2 divisions. I'm actually full-time in the Sunday Division 2 for Europe. And then last round of the season X is next week, leading into the Memorial Day weekend for you guys, right? That's Memorial Day weekend next weekend. Yeah, we have in Canada we have Victoria Day weekend. That's this weekend, and then you guys have Memorial Day weekend the following weekend. So that'll be the final round, and then the game comes out F124. I haven't set a date for the draft yet. I've got so much to do in terms of opening up registration for next season, and we'll definitely have a bunch of exhibition races between the release date of F124 and the official round 1 of season 11, which is the week of June 21st with round 1 in Spain. As always, we line up to the real life schedule, so that's what we're aiming for, and hopefully the game isn't completely fucked, and we can actually start off season 11 without a hitch.
All right. Well,
And
that sounds awesome.
hopefully you'll be back for season 11.
If you'll have me, Ted.
Always.
If you'll have me.
Always.
Well, you heard it here first. You heard all the news there straight from the boss's mouth. Yimcab with a great performance tonight, and as ever, a great performance. Running the best league in the world until next Wednesday night and your regularly scheduled program with whoever your regular commentator is. Thank you for allowing me to join you, Donut Puncher 272. It has been a pleasure. So, actually, until Friday. I'll talk to you Friday if you want to join us Friday. Brilliant. And until then, or until never, because I might never be here on a Wednesday again, it's time to say good night.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.
You too, mate.